movie, I think, speaks to the theme of what it's like to lose someone that you love and to want to somehow reach through space and time and bring them back to you. That theme is just something that, for better or worse, I've had my handful, my fair share of dealing with in my life, and whether through seeing my wife deal with it or me personally dealing with it. And so it's fun to kind of transpose that idea into this sort of murder mystery that we made. I didn't believe that the script that I wrote had anything to do with identity in any way, racial identity, any kind of identity. I just thought it had to do with family. And so I like to work with really talented actors who can do my job for me.
Well, it just really spoke to me as a father, really. I mean, the relationship between my character and Storm's character in the film is one of an uncle and a niece. And the idea of losing any of my children, I completely was able to relate to this idea of if there was anything and any way I could reach through space and time and metaphysically pull them back to me, I would do everything within my power to do that. And even though this film, as I term it, is a psychological thriller, it has, the whodunit kind of element to it. It has a kind of a spooky element to it. It really plays with cinematic genre. But at the end of the day, for me, it was the emotional pull in terms of the theme of loss, love, and hope that drew me to the film.
I read the script and I was completely in love with Ashley's character and just the whole story. I was nervous though, because I knew it was something that I had never done before, especially because like the genre and it being a psychological thriller and knowing that it was going to be challenging to be so emotional and to be in two different like timelines. And then I was a little nervous. I've never said this before, but acting against or with David Oyelowo isn't easy. It's a challenge, but it was something that I learned a lot from, and I learned a lot from him. And I feel like it took my acting ability to another level, so I'm grateful to be a part of Relive.
The tough part was the work beforehand. The script, meticulously going over the script time and again to map the different timelines. Something Jacob and I and our other producers, Bobby and Cooper and Bea, talked about a lot as well was tone, the tone of the movie. It had to be grounded. It had to feel real. And so once we had done a lot of that pre-work, I'm not going to lie to you and say there wasn't challenges in the middle of it, but exactly as Jacob says, a lot of that work was already done. So it was just playing the truth of the situation. And again, that was one of the really pleasurable things about it, is that yes, it's genre, yes, it has a kind of a sci-fi element and all this kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, it never felt like that because, it was about how we were playing off each other in any given scene.